Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. And today we're going to be trying the Craft Crush Felt Succulent Kit. And this includes 3 chalk pastels, 20 felt shapes, 26 rubber bands, 1 6.5 inches square paperboard, and 13 pieces of double-sided adhesive. So those are what the chalk pastels look like, and so these felt shapes aren't individual, so they're like, you're probably just going to roll them up, and those are the rubber bands. So let's just cut these, this box, open. So when you grab into the box, you first see this cardboard little tray here, and all of our supplies are stuck to it. So you're basically going to just take all the stuff on the top off. You can use scissors, or probably just easier to peel it off. And those are our felt shapes. That's our instruction manual, the rubber bands, and the chalk pastels. So you can just move that box aside and take open the instruction manual. So the first thing in the manual is basically using folding all the creases on the paperboard frame. And you're just going to fold all the sides and the tabs. The next step is to take the large adhesive, and you're going to put that in the middle of the box. Wait, where are the small adhesives? Wait, no, there they are with the rubber bands. So you're just going to take the big adhesive, and you're going to put it in the middle of the box. You have to be super careful with this because you might accidentally misplace it. I did too with this one, but it's okay because it's not too far off, and this is probably just what you're going to use for the succulents, so I don't think it's going to matter that much. And you're just going to take the smaller adhesives and put them on all of the little tabs. And this is super hard to do if you don't have fingernails especially. And I'm back, and I just did all of them, and you're just going to take 4 more, which is basically all you have left, and put them in, it's easier to show, but there on the box. And see how hard it is to open these little adhesive thingies? You really have to use your fingernail, or if you don't even have fingernails, that must be super hard. Sometimes the adhesive sticks to one side and not the other side, so you might have to pay attention to that and not just stick the white ones all on. Then we're going to start assembling the box. Assembling the box. So you're going to take the adhesive off on the thinner tabs, and you're going to put them on the sides of the box, kind of like that. And then this part gets a bit confusing. I'm not sure what to do with this, but it's not very clear. I think you're supposed to fold that part down, but then just look at the other page to see what's happening. I think you're supposed to fold that part down. So I guess you should, if you haven't done it yet, you should probably score them front and back. Only for those 2 sides, I'm pretty sure. So this is pretty confusing, but let me just disassemble the box for a minute with this, and then you're just going to take the adhesive off, and then just stick it, and then this should make the box a bit higher. And they're not sticking, so you probably want to score it that way first. But then you take off the little tabs, and I don't think it goes, so it goes under, I'm pretty sure. And then, yeah, you probably want to peel off all the adhesive before you do this. But you're just going to assemble it like this. And this can be pretty hard to do. But that's kind of what the box looks like right now. If it falls apart, I'll probably just tape it. But, so there are several different types of making the succulents, and I'm pretty excited. So there are 3 different shapes apparently. This one with kind of like rounded diamonds, and you're basically just going to roll them apart. And then there's this like basic one that has like all little long hills, and I'm just going to try with the red one first. You're basically just going to roll it tight, it says, and then when you're done with that, you just have to tie the bottom with a rubber band. Theirs looks kind of like a rose. Mine looks a bit different, and then they say arrange it. I don't understand really how to arrange it like that if you wrap it tightly. So now I'm going to try with a different color, like this light green. A different color and a different shape. And this is the heart shape, I'm pretty sure. And they're green sticks together, so there's actually two pieces. And you're just going to start with the side with the smaller petals, and then you're going to roll from there. And you kind of have to make sure the bottom all stays the same level, or it might fall out when you're tying it together. So you have to make sure it kind of stays and it doesn't poke up, I guess, the middle. And then you're just going to keep rolling and rolling and rolling. So I finished these 2, and I kind of pleated them out to make them a bit more nicer. And I just took this ivory colored one, and this is the last shape we have, and it's pretty fun to do this, except I'm still not sure how they make theirs look like a rose. But so far what I found with doing the other 2 is loose works better. But I think if you really want it to be like a rose, you have to do that in the beginning. And then, I guess, but then you just pull them out kind of like this. This is at least what I've learned. And you can try rolling up the middle like that, but it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to arrange, like pull them out. And sometimes when you do that, it kind of, the rubber band just comes out. But other than that, doing this is pretty fun. So now I'm going to try the other methods. Don't really know if I want to cut them right now, but I'll try it later. And the other one is doing a 2-colored one. And so we'll try this. I'll probably use the same colors as them. Green and, let's see, or maybe this color actually, dark green. So you just start with the regular one, and they seem to use this shape too, so that'll be cool. And then once you're done rolling that, you just add the second color that you want to use. And then you just keep rolling and rolling and rolling. And then you just take a rubber band and tie it around the bottom. And then you can just arrange it kind of to make it look realistic. Except some of them don't want to move sometimes. And then I'm going to try one of the cut ones. And that basically makes the petals a different shape. So you just round off the top of the first 8 largest petals. And then once you're done with that, you basically just roll it like you normally would. So I'm just going to roll those. It's really, really simple and probably really fun to do. You can roll them like that, or actually I'm going to try making it more like a rose like they did. And you kind have to roll it tighter towards the top, not just the bottom for that technique. But as you can see, all of them are like not spreading out. You have to really do that when you're arranging them. So it can be pretty tricky. You just pull them out kind of, but then you have to see sometimes the rubber band falls off. That can be tricky too. Then you can kind of roll the middle again. Sometimes you might just want to make the rubber band higher. And now I'm going to try with the all the same shape with the pink, and I'm going to make the last 4 petals into a heart shape. Kind of, not really. I'm just going to give them an M top. If you have scissors that are made for felt or fabric, you should probably use those. And then you're just going to start from the opposite side that you cut with, the opposite side that you trimmed, and then you're just going to roll from there, and then you're going to have the last 4 petals, which are super cute M or heart shape, depending on which way you cut them. You can probably experiment and do different shapes for different succulents. And then the other one is the one-piece cut and roll. So basically you just cut off 4 of the big petals, and then you just roll. Probably want to use the one that I just cut off, the part that I just cut off, and make that into a double succulent and add that to another piece of felt. But then you just tie it up once you're done tying. Then you just arrange it, and then you can just do the next one. So I'm going to try the, so far these are the succulents we have. I'm going to try that one. Basically just cut off 8 of the biggest petals and then you roll. This is also the heart shape. Then you just roll that together, and then you tie the bottom. I think this one might be one of the cutest ones so far. And now I'm just going to to color roll, and I'm just trying to find a color that's nice. I think light blue for the dark blue and white for the light green. So that looks pretty good. And now I'm going to try doing the cut and roll by cutting it like they did. For the big petals, they cut it kind of into a V shape. And so there are only 4 petals in this one. So it'll basically only be for like the end of the succulent, and most of it's going to be white. So you're just going to roll the first part like we did earlier. And then, wait, oops, sometimes that gets a bit confusing. You have to add the green on the outside. You might want to do this very loosely kind of, so you can get the petals where you want them to be. Then you just tie it with the rubber band, sometimes even double it to make it super duper tight, and so that'll stay the best. It kind of looks like we have 8 petals now instead of just 4. So you just have to finish arranging it, kind of tying it a lot, because it can be a bit tricky. I accidentally launched the arrow to the back of my desk, so I'm just going to use a new one. Now I'm going to take the light blue in this shape. I'm just going to start rolling it from the small end. Oops, sorry. And I'm just going to cut the tops off, kind of flat. Just to experiment with this. And then you can start rolling it. And then you just take the blue and then you just roll it around. I really like this one, so you should probably try doing it like that too. And then you just kind of want to push the middle down so they're all level, and then just tie with the rubber band. I'm going to try the one color double succulent now. I don't know which color I'm going to use yet. Green. So I'm just going to use the same shapes they did. And I'm not going to cut anything, I'm pretty sure. So you just have to roll your succulent and then add the second piece of felt. And then, oops, sometimes when you, there are the excess from the parts you cut off, it might be lying around there. And then you can just take a rubber band and tie it around. This makes a much bigger succulent than what you would regularly use. And then I'm going to try making some more of the regular succulents with the purple one. And this is the only purple they gave you in the whole kit, and I really like purple. That's why everything I basically do on my channel involves purple. Well, basically for the intro and stuff like that. And this one turned out pretty cute. And then all you have to do is tie the bottom. And you just arrange it. Oh yay, I got a rose looking succulent. And then I'm going to take another pink one. And I'm just going to start rolling it upside down till it's done, and then I just grab a rubber band and open it kind of. And then I'm just going to take green and blue. I think that would make a good combination. And it's actually already the next day. I got a puppy yesterday, so I didn't really have time to finish it that day. And by the way, the box collapsed, so I'm just going to take some tape I have, and I'm just going to fix the box. If you guys want to see any videos with my puppy, please comment down below. So I'm just going to start arranging these to see if it'll look good like that. Just going to start from the corner and then go out from that. Does look like there are a lot of gaps right now, but I haven't finished all the succulents, so there might be some more. So I'm just going to take all of the things I have here. And maybe I'm not going to do the blue and green one. I think I'm just going to try the blue and red because that looks really, really cool. Oops, I forgot again. No, take it off. And then add the red one around the blue. This probably seems like a very, very weird color combination, and I don't think I've ever seen a succulent like this, but it did turn out kind of cool. So now I'm going to take the green, and maybe I'll do green and blue. Actually, I'll just cut a piece off. And then use one of those for that green. You see what I'm doing here? And then tie that there. And then this green will be the middle opposites. You see? It's pretty cool. And then you're going to take you're going to take the blue. You're just going to roll it around the green. See? Now we have much nicer looking than just plain. And I'm just going to dump them all out and take the adhesive off and start with bigger succulents this time and then fill in the gaps. I think this way looks much better. Might have to fix some of the rubber bands on some of them. And this looks really, 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 really nice. You just kind of stick them in the gaps. So this is basically, oops, I totally forgot we had chalk pastels. Ugh, great, some of them broke. And I guess I'm just going to try dusting them on. I think the red one looks pretty cute. Yeah, it's probably got to be my favorite. Then I want to try maybe purple. I don't really like using these because they're very dusty. Well, just some finishing touches. And this is what it looks like. There are some pros and cons about the Craft Crush Felt Succulent Kit. I really like how fun it was to make the felt succulents and how many different types there were to make and how many different colors there were. But the box assembly was kind of hard and the instructions were a little bit unclear on that part. Also, the chalk pastels weren't really the most easiest thing to put on felt, but other than that, I love them.